Okay, this video is going to be pretty much strictly about V's and 22s and maybe a few other things. But first off, when you give a high five, right, you put your hand up in the air, you put a 5, and in Roman numerals, 5 is V. So literally, a high 5 is literally a high V, a high 22. So I talked about the band the Scorpions in the Little Nicky video that I made, and it says here the band's only constant member is guitarist Rudolf Schenker. So we clicked on him. He was born in August, like tons of people that you look up are born in August, August, October, and November. But anyway, he's 66 years old. And you scroll down here, though, and it says his equipment. After starting out with the Fender Stratocaster, Schenker is primarily known for playing Gibson Flying V and the more recent Dean Vs, but Gibson Flying V here. And you scroll down here, so it says the pickups that he uses are HH, so 88 pickups. So it's also a Gibson. So we'll go to Gibson here. And Gibson was founded in 1902, or 112 years ago, year 2/11/22. Then we got V8 vegetable juice, so 22/8, which would be 88 because 22 times 4 is 88. So it'd be like two sets of 88s basically, or 2s can actually be 8s, so it would be 888. Let's see here, and it was introduced in 1933, and I talked about it the other day about how a 33-degree angle is actually in the shape of a V. Then this year in the College World Series, the College World Series actually has 8 teams split into 2. So they have a double elimination or whatever. But there's 8 teams that make it to the College World Series. And this year, 2014, you had Vanderbilt beat Virginia. So you have your V, Vanderbilt, and then you have your Virginia V. Also, the most outstanding player, or whatever it says up here. Yeah, most outstanding player in the College World Series was Dansby Swanson. And he was born on February 11th, which is 2/11/22. Vanderbilt won this year, and it was also only the second time they've ever made it to the College World Series. All right, and since I'm on a baseball kick here, you have Clayton Kershaw, and he was the winner of the National League's Most Valuable Player in 2014. And there were some articles where other players were saying he shouldn't have won it, and that's what reminded me of this. But he is number 22. He was born March 19th in 1988, so he's 26 years old. He was drafted in 2006, 8 years ago. He pitched a no-hitter on June 18th, 2014, becoming the 22nd Dodger to do so. He's also the first Dodgers player to win the NL MVP since Kirk Gibson in 1988. Okay, and I can't believe I didn't even pick this up, but I went and watched the new Hunger Games today, and it reminded me of Philip Seymour Hoffman, and I was like, holy crap, he died on February 2nd, 2/2/22. He was also born on July 23rd, which is the beginning of the dog days of summer, which if you look that up, you'll figure out what I'm talking about. And you scroll down. He died from a mixture of drugs, they say, or whatever, with heroin included. So the H, he died from 8. But anyway, you read down here, it says that following his graduation from New York University, he went to drug rehab at age 22. And then he remained sober for 23 years. So you got a 22, and then that I've been talking about, and then you have your 23, and then so he died at 46. So that last year he supposedly did a bunch of drugs. And the guy who found him dead was David Barr Katz. And he was born in Philadelphia. And if you read down here, it says Katz was a varsity oarsman at Williams and a member of the 88 varsity crew, which was the first undefeated heavyweight 8 in Williams college history. So you have your 88 and then the heavyweight 8. So I was looking at some of his movies here, and our theater too, and he played Willie Loman in Death of a Salesman. Now what's interesting about that is Dustin Hoffman also played that same character. Hold on, I'll find it here. All right, yeah, here we go. So Dustin Hoffman also played Willie Loman, and it doesn't seem that interesting until you think of Robin Williams and Peter Pan, or Hook, and Dustin Hoffman was Hook. And he was born August 8th, 1937, and he's 77 years old. I just find that really interesting that him and Philip Seymour Hoffman played the same guy, and like Robin Williams dies this year, and so does Philip Seymour Hoffman and Joan Rivers. They're like the 3 big ones that you can think of this year. And the reason I even brought this up about Hook and Dustin Hoffman and Philip Seymour Hoffman playing the same character is that the character is a 63-year-old salesman, and throughout the whole thing he tries to commit suicide, and at the very end he crashes his car on purpose and he kills himself. And who committed suicide this year at 63 years old? Robin Williams. That's just kind of strange to me, I guess. So let's take a look at some other Philip Seymour Hoffman movies. The first movie he ever played in is literally, it should be called 8, because it says triple bogey on a par 5 hole. Now, a bogey is 1 over par. So par 5, triple bogey, that is 3 over par, is an 8. So the first movie he was in is basically 8. Then he is in a movie called Hard 8, and it's about craps, like at the casino. In order to roll a hard 8, you have to roll 2 4s. That's what a hard 8 is. So not only do you have your 8, you have your 44. Then he plays in Twister, and this doesn't really have anything to do with, well, I guess it does. I guess it's the second highest grossing film of 1996, with an estimated 55 million tickets sold. I wonder when it came out. May 10th. We got a 33 there. But anyway, what I was getting at is that the basically it's Helen Hunt and Bill Paxton are the main characters, and Philip Seymour Hoffman's character is just kind of a background character. But Bill Paxton, I clicked on him, and he is born in 1955, and he is 59 years old. And like I said, I've talked about that multiple times. I just find it crazy. And I mean, just read this. Early life. He was literally in the crowd waving when John F. Kennedy got assassinated. and that was on November 22nd, 1963, 11/22 of 63. And it says, there are pictures at the 6th floor museum in Dallas where 8-year-old Paxton can be seen lifted above the crowd. So he was there, and he was 8 years old when Kennedy got shot. What? I'm sorry, that just blows me away that's even written on here. Then in 2002, so that's 22 again, he was in Punch Drunk Love, an Adam Sandler movie, and Adam Sandler loves the double V names. But anyway, this movie came out on November 1st, 2002, so that is 111 of '02. So it's literally a 222. Then he was in the 2002 movie Red Dragon. And Red Dragon came out on October 4th, 2002. October 4th, there are 88 days left till the end of the year. Okay, well, that's all I can see for right now, so I'm just going to stop it right there and make you dizzy. But anyway, have a great night.